welcome to Unit 1, Lesson 2, Wonderful Waste. This is a beautiful story with a great message. Waste can be quite useful. Find out for yourself from this story. The new words used in the story are in a fix, that is a situation hard to escape. Flash across the mind, suddenly think of. Lo and behold, look what a surprise. Traditional feast, hearty meal for many guests served on a special occasion. Let's read the story. Once, the Maharaja of Travancore ordered a grand dinner in his palace. In the afternoon, before the dinner, the Maharaja entered the kitchen to survey the dishes that had been prepared for the feast. "What are you going to do with those vegetable scraps?" he asked the cook, pointing to the basket of scraps near the cook. The cook replied, "They are waste. We will throw them away." So once the king of Travancore ordered a grand dinner in his palace. And in the afternoon, before the dinner was served, he just entered the kitchen to see the dishes that had been prepared for the feast. And he asked the cook, pointing to the basket of scraps, that is waste vegetables, the pieces of vegetables kept nearby. And he asked the cook, "What are you going to do with those vegetable scraps?" And the cook replied that they were all waste and they would be throwing them away. And what did the king say? "You cannot waste all those bits and pieces of vegetables. Find a way to use them." The Maharaja commanded sternly and walked away. The cook was in a fix and kept staring at the vegetable scraps for some time. Suddenly, an idea flashed across his mind. He took all the vegetable bits, washed them, and cleaned them well. The king ordered, what did he order? Not to waste any bits and pieces of vegetables. And the cook had to find a way to use them. And the cook was in a fix and he didn't know what to do for some time. And suddenly an idea flashed into his mind. What did he do? He took all the vegetable bits and washed them and cleaned them well. Then he cut them into long strips. He put them in a huge pot and placed it on the fire to cook. Next, he ground some fresh coconut, green chilies, and garlic together. He added this paste and some salt to the cooking vegetables. A tempting smell started coming from the pot. Now he whipped some curd and added it to the curry. He also poured a few spoonfuls of coconut oil and decorated the dish with curry leaves. Lo and behold, the new dish was ready. The cook found a way to use the bits and pieces of vegetables. He cut them into long pieces, put in a pot and prepared avial. Okay, so this is the way we prepare avial. The cook served this new dish to the guests that evening. Everyone was eager to know the name of the new dish. The cook thought and thought. Then a name came to his mind. He named it avial. Avial became famous all over Kerala and is now one of the dishes in a traditional Kerala feast. And imagine, it all came from a basket of waste. So people liked the dish very much, and they asked what the name of that dish was, and the cook had to find a name for that, and he named it avial. And this dish became an important part of traditional Kerala feast. And what we have to understand from this story, yeah, any waste can be, if utilized properly, become something useful in our life. We need not throw away all waste. Some waste can be utilized, but all waste cannot be used in the same way. We have to find different uses for different waste materials. And now read the story many times and answer these questions. What were the preparations in the palace for? Why did the Maharaja go into the kitchen in the afternoon? What had the cook planned to do with the vegetable scraps? Find them out and state whether the following are true or false. The king had ordered a dinner in the palace. You have to write there whether the statement is true or false. No one had heard of or tasted before. The cook had planned to make another dish using the vegetable scraps. So answer these questions before coming for the live session. Thank you very much. Enjoy the story. Read the story many times. Just notice each and every word used in the story, and read the sentences properly. Pronounce each and every word properly, and come with the questions you have to interact with me and your peers, your classmates. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.